class, the first thing we need to do is we need to go to a plus students.com. Once you have logged into the website, what you need to do is you need to select your subject. Our subject for today is math. We would be studying math. Okay. And then what we need to do is we need to look at our grade level. Our grade is grade 1. Okay. I hope you have logged into aplusstudents.com. Then the subject is maths and the grade is grade 1. Let's look at our lesson and the topic for today. Okay. So the topic for today is subtraction skill builders. Subtraction skill builders. And the chapter number is chapter 4. Okay, let's look at the lesson. And the lesson number is 8. And the name of the lesson is subtracting 8s. Okay, I hope you have done this. You've logged in and let's go through the topic. Okay, so let's look at the first question. Chapter 4, lesson 8, grade 1. So I click on the maths, grade 1, subtraction skill builder, chapter 4, and lesson number 8. The first question that we have on our screen is, I'll just copy the question so that we have it for the reference. Okay. Question number 1 says this. This is question number 1. And question number 1 says subtract 15 minus 8, right? We need to subtract 8 from 15. So do we remember how to subtract 8? See, previously we did subtract 7, subtract 6, and subtract 5, right? So we also have a grid given to us. Let's start up with the grid with the help that is already given to us. And later on, we will take objects and we'll start counting, okay? So the grid that is given for our assistance, our help is this. This is given to us, right? So we can see that this is minus 8, subtract 8, subtract 8, and subtract 8. So over here, we can say that 15 minus 8 will be 7, right? So we can always give our answer as 7 over here. Okay, if we remember this grid, we can do that as well. Or let's suppose if we suppose different shapes, let's do it by counting. Okay, so if we try to do it by counting, let's pick up any shape. Let's suppose if we have a watermelon. Okay, just copy the watermelon and we'll do 15 watermelons and then we'll see the subtraction. Okay, this is 2, 3, and we'll number them so that we remember what is the answer. Okay, these are 5. So now what I do is I copy these 5 because I need to do 15. 5 plus 5 is 10. And we add another 5 is 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15, right? So let's start numbering them. This is number 1. Okay, first, second, third, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. We've got 15 slices of watermelon, right? Good evening. Welcome to the class. So if we have 15 slices of watermelon, we need to subtract 8 from it. We need to remove 8. Let's try removing 8. We remove from the biggest number, we always remove, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So what was the largest number that is left over here? That is 7. Therefore, we say our answer is 7. Okay. 15 minus 8 will be 7. We can always do it by remembering the grid. That is 8 minus 8 was 0. Nothing is left. 9 minus 8 is 1, right? So we always do bigger number subtracts the smaller number. Okay. Let's move on to the next question. And the next question, the question number 2 says subtract. Okay. And this is 8 minus 8. Okay. So let's suppose if you had 8 candies and you shared it with your friends, everything. When you share everything, how many are you left with? Can anyone answer? You had 8 and you gave away the 8. Then you're left with none. Okay, you don't have anything left. So when you have nothing left, that means it is a 0. This is known as Z-E-R-O. A 0 is left. You don't have anything left with you, right? Let's look at some example of this. If we had stars, 8 stars, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. There were 8 stars. Let's number them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, right? We could see 8 stars on the sky, but when it gets cloudy, we cannot see any star anymore. So how many stars would be left? Out of these 8 stars, now we cannot see any of these stars. That means 8 out of 8 we cannot see, and we are left with a 0. When nothing is there, there is a 0, right? When you have nothing, 7 and 8. Do we agree on this? Okay, thank you. Yes, thank you so much for the answer. Nothing means 0, okay? In mathematics, nothing has a number. The next question is question number 3. Question number 3 says subtract 10 minus 8. See, whenever you have a number that is 10 or less than 10, it is very easy to count. You can count it on your fingertips. Okay. There are 10 fingers, right? When we open our palms, there are 10 fingers. Let's try closing 8. Okay. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So if we close 8 fingers, how many fingers are open? They should be 10 minus 8 should be equal to okay, let's do it to an example. Okay, let's pick up an object. Okay, one minute, please. I'll just pick up any shape so that we can relate to the shape. Okay, let's pick up a candle. Okay, if we have candles, if we had 10 candles, 2, 3, 4, and 5, right? And we had total 10 candles. That means 5 plus 5 would be 10. Agreed? So out of these 10 candles, if we number them 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Out of these 10 candles, if we have used 8 candles, how many candles should be left? Yes, thank you. We would be left with 2 candles in the end. That means 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And we are left with 2 candles. Okay. 10 minus 8 would always be equal to 2. So the next question we have is 13. Question number 4 says subtract. Subtract means remove. 13 minus 8. Okay. We also have a grid for our reference. We can always use the grid. Okay. I'll just copy the grid so that it's there on our screen. This was the reference point that's given to us, right? So can we see 13 somewhere? 13 minus 8, right? 13 minus 8 would be 5, right? So we can say 13 minus 8 equals to 5. Okay, let's try doing the same question in a different manner, right? Let's try to use another approach since we know we have 10 fingertips with us, right? So let's try to count it on our fingers. Okay, the original question said 13 minus 8, right? So we know that 13 can be written as, the number 13 can also be written as 10, 3 plus 10, right? 3 plus 10 is 13, right? 3 plus 10. 13 can also be written as 3 plus 10. And we had to subtract 8 from it, right? So can we subtract 10 minus 8? What is 10 minus 8? 10 minus 8 is 2, right? And this was plus 3 as it is. 3 plus 2, we know that 3 plus 2 would always be equal to 5. Okay, there are many methods you can count, right? Because 13 is a number that is very near to 10. So if 10 minus 8 would be 2, and since it was 13 there were 3. 3 plus 2 is 5. You can remember the grid, or what you can do is you can do the subtraction. Okay, let's look at the next one. The next question says, it's very similar. Question number 5 says subtract 12 minus 8. What would be 12 minus 8? Can anyone answer? Twelve minus 8 would be equal to, yes, the previous one was 5, and 12 minus 8 would be, we can use this grid. We can use this for our help, right? So what is 12? 10 plus 2, 12 minus 8. From this grid, we can see that 12 minus 8 was equals to 4, right? So we can say that 12 minus 8 is equals to 4. Yes, thank you for your answer. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, we move on to the next question. Okay, the next one is a little difficult because the number has increased. Let's see, question number 5. The question number 5 says subtract 16, 16 minus 8. Okay. Through the grid, we know that 16 minus 8 should be equal to 16 minus 8 should be equal to 8. But let's confirm our answer, right? Let's confirm what our answer could be. So can we say 16 minus 8 was equals to 8? But if we need to confirm, can we say that if we have any shape, let's pick up a shape. Let's pick up an apple over here. 1 minute, please. Okay. Now, if I would say, if I have an apple, let's get some 16 apples, right? Okay. 2, 3, 4. Okay. We have 4 apples there. 4 plus 4 is 8 apples. 8 plus 4 is 12. And 12 plus 4 is 13, 14, 15, and 16, right? So if we write down the numbers in them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It does not matter in which where do we write the numbers. All the shapes have to be filled, right? This is 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, and 16. If we had 16 apples, out of those 16 apples, 8 apples were eaten. So how many would be left? We remove 8. 1. We always start from the biggest number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. So we are left with 8 apples, right? So 16 minus 8 would be equals to 8. Yes, very good. Let's try the next. The next question says, question number 6 says, subtract 11 minus 8. So if we subtract 8 from 11, how many should be left? What we can do is we can use the grid, right? We know the grid is, okay, I'll just copy the grid for our reference. We know the grid is over here. That gives us the answer. So can we say 11 minus 8 would be equals to 3? Okay. For us, easier is remembering the grid, right? Or we can also say, if the question was 11 minus 8, right? We know that 11 can be written as 10, 1 plus 10, right? 11 is 1 plus 10. And we need to do minus 8. So can we find the answer? What is 10 minus 8? 10 minus 8 was 2. And 1 plus 2 would always be equals to 3, right? So we can do the working as well. Even if it's a big number, we can always break the number into smaller numbers, right? Or we can use it through the grid, or what we can do is we can write the numbers. A third possibility is we write the numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. So how many numbers do we need to remove? Since we are subtracting 8, we need to remove 8 numbers. So first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So we are left with 3. And 3 is still our answer. Okay. Yes, 3 is still our answer. We are looking at different ways how we can subtract. Okay. The next one again is easy question. Can I have the answer to this? Question number 7 says, subtract 8 minus 8. So if you had 8 apples, let's suppose, and they were eaten. All of them were eaten. So how many are you left with? We already did this. You are left with none. That is a 0. Okay. If you don't have anything left, that is a 0. Okay. And we can also remember this through the grid, so that what we can see is, okay, we can say that 8 minus 8 was a 0. Agreed? Because you had 8 things and they were consumed. So now you have nothing left. So when it's nothing, that is a 0. Okay, thank you for the answer. Yes, thank you so much. The answer is correct. Moving on to the next question. Okay. Question number 8 says subtract. Okay. If I change the statement, right? If I write the question in words, subtract 8 from 10. That means the bigger number we have over here is 10, because we are subtracting 8 from 10, right? That means the question will be, find the answer, 10 minus 8. So if you have 10 fingers, you close 8 fingers, how many fingers would stay open? How many would be left open? Or by looking at the grid over here, 10 minus 8 was equals to 2. You are left with 2. Okay. 10 minus, yes, thank you so much for the answer. 10 minus 8 would always be equals to 2, because you're left with 2 at the end. Let's try the next question. Question number 9. In question number 9, the question says, just a moment, please. Okay, this is another bigger number. Subtract 17 minus 8. So if you need to remove 8 from 17, let's see how this can be done. Okay, the first method is, we have the grid with us, right? So in the grid, we can see what is 17 minus 8. We need to find 17 first. Let's try to find 17. Oh, 17 is at the end. 17 minus 8 would be left with a 9. So our answer should be 9, right? This is the first way we can do the question. Like through, if we remember the grid, we can do it through the grid. 17 minus 8 would be 9. The second method we did was, let's pick up a shape and let's try doing it with the shape. Okay, just a minute, please. I'll just copy a shape so that we have a reference point. We need to do 17. Okay, so we pick up 17 shapes. Okay, 2, okay, 3. Okay, 3 plus 3 is 6. Okay, 3 plus 3 was 6. 6 plus 3 is 9. 9 plus 3 is 12. 12 plus 3 is 15. Okay, and 15 plus 3 would be 18, but we need 17. So we remove 1 from this. Okay, so let's remove 1. Now the total count we have is, let's count them. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17. Out of these 17 strawberries, we need to subtract 8. Let's try to remove 8. We start from the greatest number. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. The number of strawberries we are left with is 9. And 9 was our final answer. Agreed? We are left with 9. Okay. Another way of doing the same question is we write the numbers from 1 till 17. We write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, and 17, right? You cannot draw 17 strawberries just to solve this question. So easier way is to write down the numbers, okay? And then we start canceling them out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. How many are we left with? We are left with 9, right? We are left with 9. So 9 is our answer. Okay? Do we agree on this? Yes, thank you so much. 9 would be the final answer. Let's try one more method. How we can do this? We know that the question was 17 minus 8, right? This was the question. We know that 17 can be written as 7 plus 10, right? But we had to subtract 8. Can we subtract 10 minus 8 should be equal to? 10 minus 8 is always equals to 2. And we had to do 7 plus 2 is? 7 plus 2 is 9. We still get the same answer, that is 9. So these are the different ways how we can count after subtraction, right? So the easiest method, I think, would be the last method. But if you want to remember the grid, you can remember the grid. Or if you want to write the numbers from 1 to 17, you can write down the numbers and cancel them out. Whichever way is easier for you to remember. Okay? Let's look at the next question. Okay. The next question says, question number 10 says 11 minus 8. Question number 10. Question number 10 says subtract 11 minus 8. We remember that from the grid, we can remember that 11 minus 8 would be equal to, I'll just copy the grid over here. Okay. So from the grid, we can say that 11, we need to find 11 first. We have 11 over here. 11 minus 8 would be equals to 3. Okay. So 11 minus 8 is equals to 3. Or what we can do is we write the numbers. We write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11, right? If we have the numbers till 11, we start removing 8 numbers. We start from the biggest number, largest number, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. And the answer comes out to be 3. Okay, so we have many ways to subtract and add. Yes, thank you so much for the answer. Okay, the next question says, it's a very similar question. Question number 11 says, subtract 14. 14 minus 8. And we know from the grid that 14 minus 8 would always be equals to, can we have the answer? 14 minus 8 would be equal to, can we find 14 on the grid? Let's try to find 14. Here is 14. 14 minus 8 would be equals to 6. Yes, thank you. Okay. Moving on further, we are trying to do questions, each question with a different method. Okay. So the next question says, sorry, question number 12 says, subtract 8 from 12. That means 12 minus 8. So if we need to subtract 8 from 12, either we can find it through the grid, or what we can do is we write down the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. We write down the numbers and we start removing what we don't need. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. We remove 8 numbers because 12 minus 8 and we are left with 4. That means 4 should be our answer. We check it through the grid as well. 12 minus 8 is always equals to 4. Yes. Okay. Let's try to do some questions from the test. Okay. I'll do a few questions from the test. Then you complete the questions. Please do complete the questions from the test. I'll give the heading for test. Okay. And let's start off with the test. Okay. We'll do some from the test. The remaining would be your homework. Okay. Let's begin. The first question that we have on our screen is, I just clicked. Okay. I'll just copy the entire question. 1 minute, please. I'll just copy the grid as well for the reference point. Sorry. This is the grid for the reference. And the question says, the first question says 16 minus 8. Okay. And the options given are A, B, C, and D. I'll just copy those. Okay, this is the first question that we have, and these are the options given to us. This is question number 1 from the test. This is option A, option B, option C, and option D. So it says 16 minus 8. So what should be the correct answer? 16 minus 8 is 16 minus 8 is yes, 16 minus 8 is, when we look at the grid, we know that 16 minus 8 would be equals to 8, right? And we look 8 at the options over here. That is option number B. So once we click on option number B, it will show us that our answer is correct. Okay, thank you. Moving on to the next question, it says subtract 12 minus 8. I'll just copy this. The next one, the question number 2 says 12 minus 8. Okay, this is our question number 2. This is option A, option B, option C, and option D. 12 minus 8 should be equals to 12 minus 8 should be equals to, yes, 12 minus 8 should be equals to, the easier way to do this is we write the numbers. We write 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12, right? I would recommend this way of writing. Yes, that is 4. That means option number C. I would recommend writing the numbers, but if that was 63 minus 8, you cannot write 63 numbers, right? So if it's a very big number, then we will use another method to do that. In this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, we removed 8 numbers and we left with 4, and 4 was in the third option. So I hope you're doing it, clicking it on the screen as well on your website. Okay. The next one, very easy. It says subtract 9 minus 8. I'll just bring the question on the screen. Question number 3 says subtract 9 minus 8. Okay. So what is 9 minus 8? Option A, option B, option C, and option D. We know that 9 minus 8 would always be equals to 9 minus 8 would be equals to 1. Thank you. Yes, it would always be equals to 1, and 1 is in option number A. The first option is 1, right? So we click on the first option and it would show us that our answer is correct. Okay, moving on further, let's look at the next question. Question number 4 says that subtract 12 minus 8. I'll just copy it so that we have it for our reference. Okay, question number 4 from the test, and the options were A, B, C, and D. These were the 4 options we had. So 12 minus 8 is always equals to, yes, 12 minus 8 equals to, what is 12 minus 8? We can still see the same question on the screen. It's a repetition, right? 12 minus 8 would be equals to, yes, it would be equals to 4. Thank you. That means option A is the correct option. Okay, very good. Let's try some more. There are only 20 questions over here, right? So you can always, I will try to do more than half or half. The remaining, please do complete the remaining questions. Okay. So the question number 5 states that, this is question number 5. And question number 5 tells us subtract 10 minus 8. And the options given are, option A is 2, option number B is 3, option number C is 5, and option number D is 1. So 10 minus 8 would always be equals to, 10 minus 8 was equals to 10. You have 10 fingers. If you have 10 fingers and you close 2 fingers, right? So what would you be left with? How many fingers are you left with? 10 minus 8 is 2, right? Yes. Thank you so much for the answer. Okay. We write 2 over here, but what is the correct option? We look at the options A, B. Option A was 2, therefore we click option A and we will find the answer, that is 2, right? Moving on to the next question. I'll just copy the question on the screen. That is question number 6 from the test. Okay. So the question number 6 from the test says subtract 12 minus 8. And the 4 options given to us is option A is 7, option B is 4, option C is 8, and option D is 6. right? So once we look at these options, 12 minus 8 is always equals to, what is 12 minus 8? We can use the grid or we can write down the numbers. The easiest way for a small number is we write down the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. We stop at 12 because 12 is a larger number. From these 12, we need to remove 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. What is the number that is left? Yes, the answer is 4. So if the answer was 4, what is the option? Option A, option B, option C, or option D? We need to click on the correct option, that is. They have given us 4 choices. So out of these 4 choices, option A was 7, that we don't need. But option B was 4, so we have to click onto this option. Okay. Once we click on this option, it would show us that our answer is correct, right? Moving on to the next one. The next question says, I'll just copy it. It says, question number 7 says, subtract 11 minus 8. Okay, if we have 11 minus 8 and the options given to us are, option A is 8, B, C, and D. Okay, first we need to find which option is the correct answer. What can we do? Yes, option B was the correct option in the previous question. For this question, question number 7, it says 11 minus 8. So if you subtract 8 from 11, how many are left? 11 minus 8 would mean 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11. Out of these 11, if we remove 8, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yes, correct. 3 is the correct option, right? 7 and 8. So we are left with 3. That means 3 is the correct answer. And we go to the options. So where can we find 3? Option number C is the correct option, right? So you need to click on option number C to give the correct answer. Okay. Okay. One more question. The next question says 15 minus 8. I'll just copy it on the screen. Okay. When you click onto the next, you'll have the same question on your screen as well. Okay. This is the question we have. And the question says, okay. Question number 8 says, from the test, 15 minus 8. We have the options A, B, C, and D, right? So what should be the correct answer? 15 minus 8. We can do this through shapes as well, right? We can select any shape, we can write down the shapes, but you drawing the shape every single time is not feasible, right? So what you need to do is, preferable is writing down the numbers. For me, explaining it to you, I can do the shapes. Okay, 2, and we have, sorry, we have 2, okay, we have 3 apples, we have 4. Okay, I would not recommend you drawing a shape every single time. It's just for the explanation. We have looked at different ways of solving this as well, right? So preferable is to write down the numbers. If it's a small number, write down the numbers. Otherwise, we do it through breaking of the number. Let's see. We have 1, 2, 3. Oh, yes. Option number C. Option number C is 7 is correct, but it is option number C. 3, 4, 5. Yes. See, sometimes we give the correct answer and we click on the incorrect option, right? So we have to be very careful about it. Thank you. Your answer was correct. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15, right? Let's remove 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8. Yes, your answer is 7. That is a totally correct answer. 7 would be the correct answer. And 7 is option number C. So we click on 7. That is option number C. Okay. Thank you so much. Please complete the remaining questions. We are done with 8 questions. 12 more are there. Okay. Please do practice those. And best of luck. I'll see you later in the next class.